Yes, don't forget to check out Doggy Diamonds No Filter on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The links are right below in the description box. Or if you're already on here, you could just search for Doggy Diamonds No Filter. It's going to come up. Also on Castbox, Deezer, anywhere that you stream audio platforms. Not YouTube shows, audio platforms. Also, for only $100, I'll promote whatever you need on my social medias and my website. That's my Twitter, Facebook, Insta Stories, YouTube community, and my website, www.doggydiamondstv.com. Yo, if you need anger management, domestic violence intervention, life coaching, then Corinne Bliss Johnson can help you. Contact Corinne Bliss Johnson on Instagram. Corinne Bliss Johnson on Instagram for your assessment now. Let's go. As you hear them chords, you should already be hitting that like button. If you don't know how to hit that like button because you already came in the room, all you got to do is exit out real quick. Hit like and then hit live chat again right on your phone. Simple. You ain't going to miss a beat. You ain't going to miss a beat. That like is very essential. That like is very important. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Very, very important. Love to the room. Love to everybody coming in. We early. Early today. Gotta get to it. Ain't no time to play. You know? So I ain't gonna keep y'all long with the long intro. I just wanted y'all to get y'all some time to get in the room, in the stream. Let's go. What's up, everybody? I'm your boy, Doggy Diamonds. This is Doggy Diamonds TV. This is Doggy Diamonds No Filter Podcast because this is going to be audio as well as the video podcast. It will be on your streaming platforms. I already explained everything. Subscribe to the channel now. If you're not subscribed, if this is your first time here, subscribe and hit the bell to get all notifications. And if you have an issue with getting notifications, you can just kindly go to theinterviewking.com and you will definitely get all your notifications because I'm going to make sure personally, I don't care about what YouTube do. I'm going to personally make sure you get all the notification that you need. Understand what I'm saying? All the notifications for everything I do is on theinterviewking.com. All the videos you might have missed. So, yeah, without any further ado, I call him the troublemaker, not because he's a troublemaker, because I'm a troublemaker. I call him the troublemaker because he be going in sometimes. So, and they be scared. So I don't want him. I thought somebody's name was Nina Hartley. It's Nina Marley. I thought it was Nina Hartley. I'm about to say, what? Nina Hartley? Whoa! You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself to the people.
Salute. Corinne Bliss Johnson, BK Finest, East New York representative. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. I love my comrade. Let's get it.
I love my comrade as much as I love the audience, as much as I love my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta love yourself. So let's get right into it. 21 Savage. So you told me he said that, and I was like, he ain't say that. They're like, nah, he ain't say that. I'm like, why would he say that? So I went and listened to it, and I was like, damn, he did say that. What the hell he say that for? What is it? So did you understand the context he was trying to put it in? We're not going to give him an out.
No, I don't understand ignorance.
Let's go.
I understand the place where they come from, but I don't understand ignorance because the conversation, the statement was caught on the tail end of them talking about several individuals who are no longer relevant. Mm-hmm. If you hear the back conversations in the midst of it. Mm-hmm. But let's start with the definition of relevant.
Let's go.
Right? Relevant. Closely connected or appropriate to what is being done or considered, appropriate to the current time, period, or circumstances of contemporary interest. That is what relevant is, no matter where you look at it, whether it's the Webster's, whether it's Wikipedia, whether it's all these dictionaries, that is the definition of relevant. So for somebody who isn't relative, right? 21 Savage, he is definitely not relevant in the scope of where hip hop is and where it has been.
Well, I think
so. I don't think he understands the true essence of the term. And just like a lot of youngins, they misspeak. They don't understand. Like you always say, you're a stickler for it, that these individuals misplace words, their sentence structure is all crazy, and they regurgitate a lot of things that they really don't have an essence in believing. You understand? So he didn't use that word, that term. He couldn't have.
So let me
about Nas here.
All right, let me say something. So there was a stigma placed on me before Drink Champs came out, before some of these shows came out, that I only interview has been irrelevant rappers. That was a stigma that was placed on me, right? So what I didn't understand about that is that when I would interview the Tragedy Gaddafis, the Core Megas, the Source Moneys, they would say these guys aren't relevant. My retort to that was, how could they not be relevant when it comes to hip hop if they contributed to hip hop? See, some of the things that people are doing today, some of the music you're listening today, they made that. So how could they not be relevant? Also, relevant is the conversation. It's not the person. See, who is relevant, right? Nobody is relevant, right? Because if I look at you and say, you're not relevant, I don't care. You're irrelevant. But what you're talking about is relevant. So now when Nori interviewed those same legends that I used to get dissed for, now they relevant? You understand what I'm saying? So it had nothing to do with those individuals. It has something to do with people trying to throw shots at me. But, right. I Neo the Matrix them at all times, because my thing is, you're not going to tell me a guy that made Broken Language ain't relevant when I was knocking Broken Language. You're not going to tell me somebody that's in this culture, who added on to this culture, who at a point that I could remember when, damn, I remember when this came out, I remember what sneakers I had, I remember what haircut. That's relevant because it's a timeline of our life. Hip hop used to be about a timeline of our life. You remember, like you said, you was listening to this when you was in prison. That's relevant to you because it could take you to a time. What happens is a lot of these individuals that are young and old, because you got old fools as well as you got young fool, and nothing worse than the old fool because you was once a young fool. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is they think the top 20, the top 10, the top of the charts. But this is what we doing. We talking about Nas, right? And
how can you?
No, but let me finish really quick. 21. If you didn't do an album with Drake, would you be relevant?
Hell no.
So what are we talking about? Because I ain't gonna front. I like him rapping I like the Drake project with 21. I like the rapping. Sonically, it could be a little better, but I do like it. So my thing is, I'm never gonna look at anybody in this culture, because I personally sort out people. I personally say, damn, where DR period at? And people say, who? That's the dude who made the beat for more money, more murder, more homicide. That was my joint. So that's where the giving flowers thing came from. Because I was giving flowers before people was giving flowers. So what I would do, I would sort people out because, I was a youngin' and you was rocking out, and you inspired me. See, this culture is the only culture where we age people out, we date people, we analyze everything about them but their gifts that they gave us, right? If you once gave me a gift, see, I'm a person who's very grateful. I'm grateful, especially when a person is being humble and don't have a sense of entitlement, right? So, he may, and listen, we're not even going to talk about what DR period did. He made how about some hardcore. So when we heard that, he made broken language, and that's the homie too. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm that individual. So when I speak to DR period, I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And you know about the homie I'm supposed to meet Wednesday. I just got the phone call. That's the love of the culture. So when you love the culture, you love everybody who contributed to the culture, especially if it could give you a time frame that you once remember. So go ahead,
But they
and I'm gonna go
can't
after
give
you.
him. He can't give him a time frame that he remembers. First of all, he's not even from here. He's from across the water.
Shout out
So
to
his
yeah,
time frame is messed up. He wasn't even banging it in his early age.
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. If he wasn't old enough to appreciate what they was getting from Tim Westwood, he might not even been up on hip hop in his youth
yeah.
until he got over here. But how can he have a measure of time when he was born October 22nd, 1992,
Woo!
right?
So he missed Onyx. He missed a
Hold
lot
on.
of yeah. Ooh.
Nas dropped Halftime a week before he was born, October 13th, 1992. So you want to tell me that a dude that's still in the game right now at the top of his craft isn't relevant? He was doing this before you was born.
And he was doing it when you was still
And he
shitting
was
on
doing
yourself.
it at a high level.
The highest
And
of
he's
levels.
still at that level. So how can you even fix your mouth to say that he isn't relevant? But I bet if Nas put the green light as far as him not getting no shows in the tri-state, we'll see how relevant he is. Because the youngin is up under Hove, ain't he?
I'm not sure. I don't
He,
study.
he got to be. Hove got him out of jail,
Oh,
out of immigration,
yeah.
right? So Nas can whisper the Hove.
Oh yeah, that ain't even
Yo,
a
hold
whisper.
up.
Yeah.
What's up with the youngin? Maybe let's see if he can't get no shows from Virginia on up to Maine. Let's see how relevant I am when it comes to that conversation.
He'll stop your shows in Atlanta. No, he'll stop your shows in Atlanta.
Because here we go. Nas is so relevant that he's doing documentaries to get his OGs up out of prison. When you, on the other hand, had to beg for dudes to get you out of immigration. So how relevant are you when we having this discussion here? That's what the youth need to understand, because dudes are trying to allow you to have a certain perspective and to voice opinions and make statements.
So
but
somebody,
none of them youngins write any checks.
So the Raisin Head who sent in a donation, appreciate you, said 21 from Europe has a song sampling Nas.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. Like, relevant is this. And again, let's talk about relevance. Whenever you can coin a phrase or word that changes, ether is a word. Right. Ether is a word now that
already existed.
That already existed, but now he made it the ultimate diss, the napalm bomb. When you do things like that, it's like when Wayne, bling bling, when different things that you can say in our culture that changes how we speak. That is hip hop. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. So whenever you're able to change the way and change the words, the wording, that's powerful, because ether now means the ultimate diss.
Right.
Yo, I'ma ether you. When you tell somebody, I'ma ether you, I'm about to get crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Ether, stand. You right, Michael. Michael L. Bell, Ether, Stan, I'm about to take over. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we taking over. Those words are relevant still. So how could it not be relevant if it's the author? It's the author. And again, our language switches, our change, our codes, as far as slang changes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Ether ain't going nowhere.
No,
Stan ain't
it's
going
not.
nowhere. And again, what a lot of what a lot of people need to realize, right? We're in a situation where we're fighting for our culture, right? Because our culture has been infiltrated. The people who own the culture don't own the culture, right? I've told y'all that a long time ago. We're fighting for our culture. We're fighting to get things back. What I don't like is how Nas actually embraced the youth. He had ASAP Ferg, he had Phoebe Foreign, he had them on his albums. There is not too many OGs of that caliber who give the youth a chance on the album. Because at the end of the day, no matter what we say about Ferg, no matter what we say of Phoebe Foreign, no matter what we say about them, they could say, I was on Nas' album.
Right.
You forever cemented in hip-hop history because of that.
Right.
So again, what I don't
and not only on the album, but on the single that was released.
In the video.
And he shot videos for it.
This is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of it all, we have to be careful with a person who held up a sign that said I'm a slut.
Definitely.
Because a chick made him do it.
Definitely. We would have to assume that she might have massaged his rippers to get it done too.
Let me go back. Again, people, we have to be careful when we have a man that held up a sign that said I'm a slut because a chick made him do it.
Yeah.
So that right there, like, homie, you ain't got a nickel in this quarter. Because again, how could a man be a slut when that historically has always been the stereotype of a man? So she made you a slut. So a slut made you a slut too? A slut for what? So she just slutted you out. And you held up the sign, and the sad thing about it, anybody. No, listen. Go back to that picture.
Right.
He looks sad as hell doing that. So she made you do that.
What do you think she did to him to make him do it? That's why he looks so sad. I always tell you the written word is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thought behind it. There's an intent. Now you're holding up the sign. So if he's holding up the sign, imagine what he said. Imagine what she made him say.
Yo, but look, it ain't even like it wasn't even like it was a well-made. Somebody wrote that in a magic marker in cardboard. That's equivalent to somebody,
that's a little rascal sign.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, so she was like, yo, man, hold this up. And you actually went on a slut walk and said, I'm a slut?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm telling you, behind whatever hotel, whatever door they was at, she made him yell that shit out.
Yeah. She tickled his fancy.
Tickled more than his fancy. That's straight gripper action there.
So D-Nas, the rapper who just sent in the donation, says 21 just ignorant because it depends on what he means, not relevant. He went platinum on Issa with no features. Nas changed rap and also my favorite. So again, when you say he's not relevant in today's music, that kind of bugs me out. But how are you saying that? Everybody's talking about King Disease 3. Everybody. Right. It's all over my timeline. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's on Instagram. How is that not relevant? Like, relevant is, again, what did I say? Relevant is the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have Say we have let's use sports for it now. No, we can use hip hop. We can use hip hop. Let's stay in the
You
route.
could use sports too. That's
Yeah.
like saying Tyson is not relevant right now because he's not fighting.
No, he's
Is
relevant
he
forever.
not everywhere?
No, but look, but let me use hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's pick somebody. Let's pick a name out of a hat I could think of. We could say, let's say, Fruquan from Stetsasonic, one of my favorite artists, also in the Gravediggers, right? Let's say Fruquan, because this is what I started. Fruquan says he was there when Tupac wrote "Hit 'Em Up" and helped him change the lines. Let's say he said that. That's not what happened. But let's say, hypothetically, he said that. He automatically becomes relevant. So you can say he's an irrelevant rapper and you can say Tupac is dead, but hearing the conversation, that's what makes you relevant. It is never, ever you. It is the conversation. And people don't know the difference between relevancy as the conversation and a person. So we'll say people are not relevant, but what they said is relevant to the history of the culture. Now, this is what else is deep. Mick Jagger, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, Jerry Garcia, who's dead. Jimi Hendrix is dead. People in that genre of music will never say they're not relevant. They will say, I worship Jimi Hendrix. I love Jerry Garcia. I'm a Deadhead. The Grateful Dead. We the only people in the culture that discard people who came before us. You understand what I'm saying? We the only people that say, man, and think, Tupac is relevant forever. And he been going for like almost damn 30 years.
Yeah.
Kiss. Oh, we not going. This is what I'm saying. We not going to talk about Kiss. But again, Black culture, which is hip hop, R&B, we the only people that'll say, "Oh, yo, man, Ron Isley need to sit his ass down." Now, I need to see him in 2022 perform Between the Sheets. You know what? My favorite record from the Isley Brothers is Footsteps in the Dark. So I want to see, I never seen that performance, and I never seen him perform At Your Best. So certain things I want to see. So I'm not going to say you not relevant, right? Because you made music that's time. Whenever you do something that's timeless, you are always relevant because you did something that's timeless. So whenever you did something, it's like right now, if you see Wally Famous Amos, Wally Famous Amos, you like, damn, them cookies was rocking. And he give you the recipe. That's relevant to you because you remember eating them cookies. But we the only culture where we say, nah, somebody ain't relevant. And you...
But the thing is that he is so current right now.
That's what he's beyond current.
It makes absolutely no sense to throw that shot.
Yeah.
Because everyone is discussing. So I got like 50 DMs, 30 messages asking me to review this album. That's that, and I'm small on the totem pole when it comes to these spaces. That's how relevant it is. People want to know. People are discussing. People are listening. People have patterned their whole careers after this man who's still doing it. So relevant wasn't the word he wanted to use. He was just scared to say, I don't like the shit. He was scared to try to compare his album with Drake to Nas solo project. He was fearful to try to pick apart this man in between the verses. So instead of saying, yo, I'm not feeling it, I don't like it, he tried to use the word relevant because, again, he don't know, which is weird, the English language to that degree.
And he speak the Queen's
and
English.
He both, because relevance is certainly not the word that you use when you're speaking about Nas.
No, but relevant is a misused word in our culture. Because
Very much
I used to
so.
hear
Very
that
much so.
all the time where, yo, you interview irrelevant rappers. And I'm like, who is relevant? So to me, I used to be like, yo, I interview Prodigal Son, which I did. And the first, like one of the first people to interview Skyzoo and Torre and all them was me. I interviewed Prodigal Son. And they're like, yo, he not relevant. You trying to tell me the dude who was on 5 angels is irrelevant? When I hear that from the psychopath, for the math, you trying to tell me 60-second assassin ain't relevant? When again, I am a hip hop lover. I love the culture. So anybody that did something in this culture that made me dance, that I could see them and be like, yo, I love it. That's relevant. So because when you see them, you trying to tell me 21 Savage or C Nas and ain't gonna be on his dick? You ain't gonna be on Nas' dick when you see him? So that's what make him relevant. That's what make him relevant. Because you'll be right on his dick in person. In real time. You understand what I'm saying? So again, no, in real time, because how you gonna see Nas and not be like, yo, that's Nas? You understand what I'm saying? This is
especially when your ass ain't from here.
Yeah, right.
You mean to tell me that you going to be calm and cool and collective when you see Nas? You, youngin'? Again, halftime, 1992, a week before you was born. Dudes is everybody. Everybody. Podcasters, writers, executives, other MCs, DJs, dots, video vixens jump when they see Nas. I may not, because I know the homie. But you, 21, you gonna go and try to get a selfie and all that shit. Stop stunting. He on Clubhouse stunting.
Yeah.
Because if you slutted yourself out for that broad,
yeah,
man, Nas might have you shine his shines up for him. Yo, here, hold this off my neck and shine it up, man, by the time I get it back.
Yeah, get some toothpaste and some shit is shining.
And you're gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He'll shine Nas shines up. He'll do it.
And,
trust and believe he'll do it.
And I'm gonna say something at this particular point. But King Disease is a me personally, the album is relevant because everybody's talking about it. Nas will always be relevant, even in dislike. Even if he does something I don't like, he's still relevant, right?
They never question his. Come on, he came out the door. They called him the heir apparent to Rakim.
Yeah.
How you not relevant?
Because
he could have just did Illmatic and never did nothing else.
He would have left it at the Jordan fadeaway.
And his stamp would have been right there. So now after Illmatic, he gives another 13 plates, features all type of everything, and he's not relevant.
21.
So I'm gonna ask him who is.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's relevant?
He think he is because he did an album with Drake. I'm telling you, Drake has been numbers in stature and everything he do in the push through and let me say something about Drake. Drake relevancy, his spins and all that. The music is okay. It all sounds like the same shit to me. I'm just keep it real. But that is a plate that a lot of people eat off of. So this nigga eat the collard greens. This nigga eat the mashed potatoes. This nigga eat the motherfucking stuffing. This nigga eat the turkey. So a lot of people eat off this plate. So in order for him to eat off that, for people to eat off that plate, they got to make sure he's able to fix the plate. So everybody is putting in on that. Everybody's making sure that get from the bankers to the Rap-A-Lots to Wayne to Cash Money to Young Money to you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people eat off that plate. right? So he can make subpar music and they gonna act like it's the best music I heard. I mean, once I heard that nigga say, let's get out the shower and dry off under the covers, I was like, nah, if that shit ain't, if that ain't combing your hair backwards as a man, I don't know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, yo, man, that's just like shaving your mustache off. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. That's like being a man and just go in the shower and say, yo, you know what? I don't want no mustache. I'm shaving my mustache off. You understand what I'm saying? So again, when it come to individuals, he think he's relevant because before then he was in the conversation. Because that album, now think, it's always a method to people's madness. Before that, Her Loss, everybody was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
When that Nas dropped, Her Loss is Her Gone.
What? Yeah,
it's gone now. Now nobody's talking about that no more. So again, that's the issue. Like, damn, this nigga just bumped my shit out the box. Oh, Nas, because how he not relevant?
Was really crazy. He made people stop the conversation that was ongoing for the last damn 3 weeks with Kyrie and Ye.
Yeah.
Everybody pushed that to the side and jumped on this true hip hop conversation. Is this one of the best albums Nas put out? That's been the conversation since before the weekend.
And listen.
So of course,
and look,
you're gonna
right,
start
bro?
throwing darts at it.
But now look, you trying to tell me somebody raps that's in the Smithsonian is not relevant?
Listen,
the Smithsonian? Maybe he don't know what the Smithsonian is. Maybe
he don't know what relevant is. He doesn't know the word. He remedial. Because nowhere in any of his bios or any of that I read, he graduated from anywhere. I didn't read it. If I misquoted, maybe.
Yo.
But I'm saying that he might be confused with different terminology.
Nah, it's not I'm telling you, it's not a different terminology. This is what they say in the culture. That was before clout chasing. That was before such and such. So at one point, when they figure, when somebody say something to them, I ain't arguing with you, not relevant. That's what they've been saying. Mm-hmm. Misusing it. That's what they've been saying in the culture, because they used to say it to me. Oh, you people you interview is not relevant. 21, you a bloke. Whatever that means. But I just know it's derogatory in his country. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you a bloke.
He's not a bloke, he's a slut. That's what he said.
What's a bloke though?
Derelict, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. We just know it ain't right? You a bloke. You're a bloke. You know what I'm saying? So
a slutty bloke.
Yeah, you're a slutty bloke.
He's a slutty bloke, or whatever it is. But you know, the way why go? And again, you want to be in the conversation.
That makes him relevant though. But that makes him relevant now.
That make him relevant because the only thing that we ever got from him outside of a few hits, and I ain't front, like I said, I don't get mad when I hear him on the record. I think his tone and his delivery.
Oh, a bloke means a man. All right, so you're a slutty bloke. He's a slutty bloke. Okay. Bloke ain't a diss. I thought it was a diss because it just sounded good. I don't know, man. Shout out to my people over there in the UK, but I ain't know what a bloke was.
The UK massive.
So all right, so I'm wrong. He's a slutty bloke. That's better. Bloke. I guess that makes it a diss. You're a slutty man. Wanker. That's it. Wanker. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a wanker.
All right, wanker. So now I don't wish this on him, but 21. What you saying that about one of the pillars, one of the legends? Because if you had to broke down the music, we can't say nothing to you because it's opinion.
Right.
Can't say. Right. But you're using the wrong words at the wrong time because you don't know any better. So you're a wanker, right? I gotta be some other words, UK words that I could use. Damn, I know wanker is not good. You're a slutty wanker. Yeah. So
yeah.
you're a wanker. Shout
With
out to
loose grippers.
yeah, with loose grippers. So and this is the thing that's deep too, because when you really dissect the pieces of it, right? You call yourself a savage. Now,
Mm-hmm.
us being of higher science and higher intelligence, that's the worst thing you could be. A savage is somebody walking around on all fours, living a
Yeah.
beast life. That's what a savage means to us. That's in the
Right.
caves,
Impulsive.
impulsive, no, but in the caves, eating shit, piss, humping
Mm-hmm.
on anything with disease,
Right.
eating anything, eating the wrong food,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking dogs. That's what a
Right.
savage mean to some of us.
Right. He ate that slut. That's why he called himself that. He ate that slut. And she
Yeah.
let it be known.
So,
So now you want to critique somebody who came out the door conscious, very street,
fucking knuckle dragger.
and elevated.
That's like the third nigga on the theory of that's like the third nigga on the theory of evolutionary chart. Yeah, that's like where. Well, I ain't gonna front. Patrick Ewing look like one of them niggas though. Patrick Ewing might be that fourth nigga though. You can't keep it real. Patrick Ewing ain't that fourth nigga.
Nah, that's my dude. Like,
Patrick Ewing, nah, we got shout out to Patrick Ewing. But
man, leave Pat alone.
If we gonna talk about the theory of evolution chart, Patrick Ewing is probably that right after 21 Savage. He's one of them niggas. But go ahead though.
Like I'm saying, when we dealing with and you know, I give Nas the business.
Yeah.
I give him the business. But never, ever could we ever question his relevance to this culture. Even because of how he carried himself in the culture and didn't get the financial that he deserved just because of his skill, but because he wouldn't sell out, because he wanted to stay so true to the culture, he missed a lot of opportunities. I'm telling you, his stamp on it, yo, he's on the Mount Rushmore.
Facts.
He is solid in that space.
Yeah. Shewin, first ballot Hall of Famer. Shewin.
Mount Rushmore, seriously, period, of lyricists.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't put him there, but for an era, I would. I wouldn't put him there. I don't put Nas on the Mount Rushmore.
You know why we got to at this point? Because again, I keep telling you, the longer someone stays in the game and don't put anything out, the more notches get knocked off of where they're at. Not saying that they're not relevant, but again, Nas keep putting out material. So he is bumping some dudes up off of them spaces, man. He is. He's bumping a lot of them off.
So, okay. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Of all time?
Yeah, real quick, if you could.
Of all time?
Yeah.
KRS. Jay. Nas. Paz and Ghost.
Mount Rushmore only got 4 people.
Listen, Paz and Ghost is hard.
Your Mount Rushmore is respectfully trash. Your Mount Rushmore ain't gonna work. My Mount Rushmore, because
how?
Ghost, we gonna go through that again? We gonna do that again?
We go through that later on.
Okay, yeah. Paz, I love Paz News from De La Soul. That is one of my personal favorites. But he gets an honorable mention. Now, when I think
an honorable mention, he's been doing this since '88.
I don't give a fuck. He's been doing that since '78. I'm just saying, reason why I do a Mount Rushmore a certain way, because this is where people's styles derived from. So I'm not gonna give the fruit all the credit unless I give the root the credit first.
Yeah, but
You're so
the root becomes just what it is when it can't. Look, there's no more fruit to bear.
there's never not gonna be no more fruit to bear as long as
Why not?
as long as the root is rooting.
All right, go
So
ahead.
it's
Let
like
me hear this.
like
Let me hear this.
so think about the Nation of Islam. People love Farrakhan, they love Malcolm, they love Khalid, but nobody talk about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he's their teacher.
Because they didn't. Again, if they wasn't there, they didn't hear his speeches.
It ain't about the
They,
speeches. This is the
it is
product.
because that.
No. So you in love with speeches or you in love with knowledge?
Listen, I'm telling you, you're saying why they don't mention him because they weren't privy to him hands on.
Who wrote the
I
lessons?
was.
Who wrote
So
the
of
lessons?
course I'm
Who
gonna
wrote who
check.
wrote the lessons? Who wrote the lesson?
Listen, now is it Farad or is it Elijah?
Who answered the lessons?
Okay.
So
You understand?
all right, so we gotta, so we have to,
So then why are you going to mention Elijah and not Farad?
Because Farad was only there for 3 years and disappeared. This man built a nation.
And of course, in those 3 years, the information that he gave him allowed him to manifest that.
That's true.
If we're going to do the root.
Well, I think people don't really give him credit because he was allegedly half original.
Wherever the science comes from.
And Muhammad Ali is a product of that too.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay, so what was your mouth? So you're going to say now, you're going to say because...
Yeah, because somebody said my list is trash and I ain't even give my list. So don't make me be disrespectful.
Right. So now...
all right, so this is my list because you could... Go ahead.
Nas is root. Who's the root to Nas? Go ahead.
Absolutely. Rakim.
All right, but what has he done?
I sink into paper as I was ink. Oh, don't no, you gotta know. You gotta listen, man.
Listen,
this is my top.
Bob was on my joint until he stopped.
You gonna let me talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I have a top 5 that's never going to change. Only because these people that we see are the derivative of them, right? So I love the sons, the grandchildren's, but when the greatness comes from the father, always got to respect the father. So,
but what if you don't have no father?
I'm talking about the father.
And you're great.
What that got to do with anything? Then you...
because they were great. They were, like Dirty said, there's no father. I'm the father to my style. So that's why I put Paz right there.
Okay.
There wasn't nobody. Huh?
Okay, but what that got to do with my top 5? These people that's...
we don't know your top 5.
All right, because you won't let me say it. You keep talking some other shit. So look, I'm going to say my top 5 that's right on the channel. My top 5 will always be number 1, Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
Cool G Rap.
Okay.
Rakim. KRS-One. And Ice Cube. That's always going to be my top 5. It's not ever going to change. We would not look at any West Coast artist as being lyrical.
If it wasn't for Q.
If it wasn't for Q.
Right.
And that was his pen on a lot of stuff. Now let's talk about why I say Big Daddy Kane. Without Big Daddy Kane, that right there is what gave us Jay-Z, and Biggie, and Fab, and AZ. That's all the tree that Big Daddy Kane grew. Number 2, Rakim. That gives us Pharoah Monch. That gives us Nas. That gives us Tragedy Gaddafi. That gives us the whole Queens knowledge shit. That gives us all of that. That's all of that. That's all from Rakim. Even you had a fake Rakim named MC Rel. I don't know if y'all know about MC Rel, but look up MC Rel, right? right? So now
Okay,
you
so what happens when, again, you keep doing or creating and presenting and you don't have that magic anymore?
it ain't about anymore. That's so
It is.
so
It
you try
is.
okay, so you trying to say
It
so
is. Because you got Dr. J. When he was on the court and he wasn't J no more, his wheels was bad. He missing shots. Dudes is slamming on him. And Jordan is there. Come
I'm
on.
about to kill
He
you.
get bumped.
I'm going to smash you right now. Let me tell you why I smash you. Because many of that wasn't documented. You didn't see some of that. You have to go look for it. They still play Rakim music. They still play KRS-One music. They still play.
Because KRS still
God damn,
dropping new
I
stuff.
can't talk for shit. I can't talk for
Because you want
shit.
to tell me, because look, G-Rap just came out. And I love G-Rap. That shit he got with Nims is sus.
That ain't got nothing to
Straight
do.
up.
That got nothing to. It's the style that was made up. These listen in these other cultures. Jimi Hendrix don't get bumped off no list. He's forever. Jerry Garcia don't get bumped off no list. We the only. God damn! I'm about to. You about?
I agree.
No. I'm
I
listen.
agree with that. I agree with that.
Yo, this nigga ain't listening, man. So we got. They don't get bumped off no list. We the only people that we can't have our people live in the greatness and just say, yo, those the fathers. Because I bet you when Nas see KRS-One, G-Rap, who put him on, G-Rap, Rakim, Kane, or Cube, he do this. I bet you he do that.
Right.
The same way I will never, ever, 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 ever say, I'm better than Ralph McDaniels. I'll never say that. And he didn't interview nobody that's great in a long time. But I watched him. I wouldn't do this shit if it wasn't him. If it wasn't for him. I wouldn't think I was a producer if it wasn't for Pete Rock. I wouldn't think I'm a producer if it wasn't for Marley. So they're better than me. They will always be ahead of me. I am their baby. That's it. So you can't say, yo, Nas is better than on the top 5. So who we taking off the top 5 then? We gonna take G-Rap put Nas on. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You're talking to a hip hop store. Man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? G-Rap. That come from G-Rap. No, you can't. Listen, you could pass your predecessor. You could pass your predecessor in accolades. You could pass your predecessor in accolades. Just like you got Arnold Schwarzenegger that have 7 Mr. Olympias. But then now you got Ronnie Coleman. Is Ronnie Coleman, was he better than Arnold? Arnold started this shit. Arnold is Arnold. So we the only people in hip hop that say, yo, G-Rap put Nas on. This is but anyway. This is what I'm saying.
They don't know the history of it. So they going off of fucking articles and all that shit. And come on, man, don't get into that part right there. Don't get into that part.
Yeah.
They don't know how significant G was in that whole Corona area.
So how you think he got with Large Professor? Who was Large Professor producing before he was producing
for Nas? That whole shit come up out of G and Polo. They don't know. They don't know. So we're not gonna get into that. But this is what I'm saying. As far as that is concerned.
Hold on. Would you say, Doggy, I'm older than you? I don't give a fuck, nigga. Go lay down then. Go lay down. I'm lying? Good. Now you're blocked. How about that? Natural immunity. Go stick your finger in some fucking bacteria then. Go ahead.
When somebody comes through, right? Just like KRS did. Because we can't say, well, who was before him at that time? You can't give it to Mel because he did other things that Mel hasn't and didn't do. You understand? We got that whole new era. I keep telling you that 86 to 88, KRS, Kool Keith, Pasta News, Rakim, Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's it. Those are the roots. And if Paz was there and still doing it and hasn't lost in dexterity, in creativity, in content, he gotta be right there.
Paz?
Paz. From the rip, we never, ever
all right, he could
heard
rap,
a
bro.
trash 16 from him. Never.
He could rap. But the nigga was rapping about flowers and potholes in his lawn. You can't be top.
How the hell you ever seen a pothole in a lawn?
No,
because that shows you that he came out the gate off the chain.
Because he lived in Long Island. We from the projects. How are we gonna see a pothole? So how did that make you relevant?
It doesn't exist. There's no potholes in your lawn. He put that image there.
It's holes in the lawn. You gotta see some holes in the lawn.
It ain't a pothole.
So now we saying he dope, but we don't even know what he talking about.
We knew what the hell he was talking about.
So what's potholes in the lawn? Doo-doo. Where the Jeopardy music? Hold on.
Yo, come on. We're not even going to stop that. We're going to stop that shit.
Come on, right, bro. But I ain't going front him. He is one of my favorite. He gets an honorable mention. I agree with you 100%. He is dope. But again, we have to always give credit to the teachers, because it's like you got Mr. Miyagi and you got Daniel-san. Yo, he was fucking Daniel-san up. Every time Daniel-san tried to do something, Mr. Miyagi would whoop his ass. Just like if you look at the old karate movies. The teacher was old as hell, but his student, he whoop him out every time. So you take my technique and go with it and beat that class, but you never gonna beat me. It's like older brothers. I just can never beat my older brother just because psychologically he was my older brother.
So G-Rap verse is better than Nas verse on Fast Life?
Hell yeah. Did you see Nas? Well, I think Nas was still a little green around that time. I didn't like his energy in the performance when we saw it, the video, but come on, man. G-Rap. When I was 5 years old, I realized, come on, man. No,
did all that. I just wanted to hear you say it.
God.
So when I say it next, when I say, because I've been saying it, people argue me down and say G-Rap finished him on Fast Life. Not even a comparison.
G-Rap ain't never kick a whack verse. Never.
Huh?
G-Rap ain't never kick a whack verse.
Right.
Never.
Okay, but now, when we're speaking on the total package of the MC, like I keep saying, performance and all that count on that Mount Rushmore. Now, we can't dispute Big Daddy because BDK is an all-around MC, off the top of his head, performance, songwriting, everything, style, all that. So he is solid up there.
Okay, so let me ask you something.
You can't tell me you're going to go and dress like Ice Cube in 88 and think that was cool. You want to be that.
But Ice Cube in 88 wasn't as dope as Ice Cube in 91. 1991, Tona Montana. With gang, come on, man. My summer vacation, you ain't never heard nothing like that. Damn, G. And he flipped Atomic Dog at a part of Atomic Dog where everybody was doing doom, doom, doom. He used a whole different part of the record that
but he didn't do that.
That's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is he still rapped to something that you never heard. Everybody always used that same part of Atomic Dog. The part that he used of Atomic Dog as listeners, and we was like, yo, you heard what he used? It ain't about whether he produced it or not. It's that he rapped to it. So that Death Certificate, Kill at Will, The Predator, Jackin' for... What song you ever heard like Jackin' for Beats? Did Nas bite Jackin' for Beats?
Yeah, definitely.
Did Big Jack back Jack? So what we talking about? What we talking about?
Definitely. But again, we cannot leave out the fact of when these dudes start falling off.
It ain't about them
creatively. I'm not talking about sales, because I'm not talking about the business has nothing to do with the MC and the artist. We already proved that.
I'm not talking about none of that.
Creatively, when you go in that booth, if you come out with some bullshit, we gotta chastise them and critique them on that shit.
So you trying to tell me right now?
You put out some bullshit.
God damn. You trying to tell me right now?
What the?
I'm not even answering your question.
Booty juice.
I'm not even answering you.
What the hell is that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know. Go hear it. Go listen to it.
But I don't have to listen.
Booty meat or whatever that shit is.
I don't listen. I don't have to listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to, because everybody. Did you do you? How many albums did Marvin Gaye drop?
Oh man, numerous.
All right. Do you know some of them were not top 10 albums? Did you know Marvin?
Yeah, I know a lot of them. I know a couple of them Christmas albums he did. Sounded like Bing Crosby.
So did you know that his career was over? Then he dropped Sexual Healing.
Yeah.
All right. So it happens. It happens. Take Ice Cube and put him in with a producer. Take him, put him in there with Just Blaze. Take him in and put him there. See what come out. Now, if he does a song with dope top beats, him and Dr. Dre do something and is whack, then we can say, nah, it's over. But they don't do that no more. All I'm saying.
He just dropped something that was subpar. That shit with him, Snoop, and on that track with them.
But you keep saying a track. We talking about projects. Everybody's dropping a track. How many tracks do you like that's dropping? This is what I'm saying. The whole music scene is garbation. It ain't a lot that we like, but Ice Cube, we can't take away what he did, because he put on there would be no Snoop Dogg if it wasn't for Ice Cube.
Right. Definitely.
Period. So how could he come off the top 5 if he put on the coast?
Because there was pockets.
So nobody from the West Coast deserves to be on the top Mount Rushmore, is what you saying.
No.
Because you didn't name nobody.
If anybody's going to be him. If anybody has.
But you didn't name nobody.
Yeah, because again,
you just contradicted yourself.
He put out booty meat.
You just contradicted yourself.
He put out booty meat.
So Nas put out "Owe Me for Ice." So what are you saying?
Falling off.
Listen. I'm going to say it again. You're trying to tell me on this top 5, or not even top 5, this Mount Rushmore hip hop, or top 5. Let's say top 5. Nobody from the West Coast belong on there. It's a whole coast that produced great artists. So we have to put Cube on there. He birthed the coast. He gotta be on there. Because before that,
he can't be. He cannot. Lyrically.
Ice Cube?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Let me drink my drink. Hold on.
He's going to be on there, and Jay not going to be on there?
He's a baby. He's a product of something. No, I can't put Jay-Z on there. I cannot put Jay-Z on there. I can't put Big on there. I cannot put Nas on there. No. Because this is the only culture where they'll say, nobody will ever say, yo, he played the guitar better than Jimi Hendrix. These people to this day still say, yo, he's the greatest guitar player ever. Mm-hmm. Nah, don't put me and him in the same sentence. He God. Only us say, oh, you bumped off. How? If your whole style is from him. Your whole style is from him. Now, you're relevant to the time, right? updated with producers, but your style is from him. Listen to Big, his first demo you heard, he was rapping to Blind Alley. What is Blind Alley? Ain't no half-stepping sample. So you already was on Kane. Who put Jay-Z on? Big Daddy Kane. So again, I gotta give it to the author of the style. I have to. I gotta give it to the author of the style. Now, people's
So nobody can never fall off lyrically.
Yo, everybody falls. So what are you talking about?
This is what I'm saying. You saying that they don't fall off.
I never said they. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say. Oh, you talking about fall off the list?
I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying fall off, period.
Yo, everybody falls off.
So then how can
Elgin Baylor don't play no more? But is he still top 75? Yeah. We the only people, again, in this hip-hop culture.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the hip-hop, is not where, because there has to be a standard right there where we say, yo, listen, at this point right here, yo, you sounding sus and you need to just chill. Because if you keep putting out whack shit, we got to critique that. You not what you was.
But they said that about Nas before. Well, he's like, "Owe me back for you."
Look at what he
Nasty
did.
Not. So what? At that time, they said
he came back and consistently raised the bar.
The bars, not
Right.
the bar, not the bar. The bars. It's a difference.
Okay.
So the songs was not as great as the lyrics. Let's keep it real. The lyrics are forever, but the knock on Nas, how could you be the GOAT if the knock on you is that you can't pick beats? How could you be up there if your production is not up there?
Because the production ain't up to him.
I know
He's
you.
not producing.
All right, I know you don't get high. I know you don't get high. I know you don't drink. I don't know. You saying the production not him, but who picked the beat? Who picked the beat? Who said, yeah, I'm going to pay you for that? Oh, that's nice. So let me go kick something to that.
Yeah, that's
so the production is up to him. So how could you be on Mount Rushmore if we don't like your beats? That's all I'm saying. KRS-One showed you at that Versus. That shit was knocking. To this day. And them, how old is them records?
Oh.
How old was them Kane records?
Oh.
Was that still not knocking to this day? Wasn't you like, damn?
Definitely.
So again, because I don't think Nas could pick, I don't think he could pick beats. I really don't. I don't like his production. My favorite production from him will be It Was Written, but then he sat in there with track masters and he got some from here and there. But I don't, you know, I think he Nas lyrically is on another galaxy. But I don't think he's Mount Rushmore. Because that's like saying right now, right? This is because when you think about Mount Rushmore, you have these old presidents on there, right? That's like saying the old presidents carve their faces out there. What president you gonna replace them with? Biden? Barack? This is what I'm saying. So again, people will say this. You know what I'm saying? People will say this. And again, I'm gonna say this. I said this on Twitter the other day. I'm not a fan of Hit Boy. I'm personally not. I'm a producer. It's not that the beat is not good. It's just that sonically, they're not good. And I don't think people understand what Sonics is. Sonics when it just sounds like, damn, this shit sound good. It's crispy. I can hear everything. I can hear all the sounds. I think Nas right now, even when I listen to When I listen to The King Disease, it's a good album, but everything is the same tempo. I think albums should
I'm still struggling through it.
I think albums should be like movies. I think albums should be. And look, this is the thing, right? Nas is dope as hell. Is dope as hell, right? But the funny thing about Nas, y'all not even listening to King Disease 1 no more. Y'all ran to the rave over it. Y'all not listening to 2 no more. Y'all not listening to none of that shit no more. And out of these albums that he made, and I'm happy that he's making them because I'm just happy he's rapping, right? But out of these albums that he made,
Mm-hmm.
if you had to make a best of Nas joint and you had to take off 20, you had to make 20 records.
Mm-hmm.
You taking The World Is Yours off? What songs you're not gonna make it on none of these Kings albums. They're not gonna be on the best of Nas.
No, it's not.
So stop it.
Right, exactly.
So stop it. And again, that doesn't mean the albums are not dope. But if you gotta make that top 20, some of this shit ain't going on there.
A lot of this shit ain't going. I ain't hear nothing that's top 20 in the last 5-6 albums. I'm telling you.
This is what I'm saying.
But that shows
it's still better than 21, though.
Hell yeah. It's still better than that shit.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's still better. So all right, because I know you gotta run, and I gotta run too as well. So again, shout out to Nas for being in the culture 30 years, still going strong and never being dope, right? And I do want to
compromising specifics when it comes to presenting hip hop.
Well, he compromised though.
Not creatively to that degree.
Not creatively. You're right. His business outside of that.
Creatively.
So, but I do want to say this though.
Mm-hmm.
In these platforms that we have, everybody's a YouTuber, everybody has a voice, right? And this is the thing about the thing that whether you love us or hate us, it's cool. Disrespect is not tolerated. But what I want y'all to understand, we talking about the culture.
Yeah, definitely.
We talking about hip hop. Me and this man is disagreeing and having fun with it. We talking about this culture that we love.
Very relevant.
That's what I'm saying. But no, I want them to understand. Nobody don't talk about the culture. They talk to people that talk about other people. We talking about the culture. So whether you agree with me or not, whether you think I'm right or not, whether you think he's wrong, whether you think he's right, we're still doing what we supposed to do. Talk about the culture, the beats, the raps, because nobody's doing that. Everything is about who fucking who. You got this chick, Young Miami, with roses everywhere from a nigga who robbed everybody. We ain't impressed by that. Of course he could buy you a lot of roses because he done stole everybody's money. You understand what I'm saying? We are talking about the culture. So 1,600 people sat here with us and we could agree to disagree. And that's the dope thing about it though. Because at the end of the day, if we don't talk about the culture, if we don't say, nah, Kane is the greatest, if we don't say this is the greatest, it dies. And then 21 Savage gets to come and say, Big Daddy Kane, fuck him.
Right.
So that's what we do. That is the part about it that makes what I love about our conversations. Because we have to talk about the culture. We have to talk about the beats. The culture is everything because we've been robbed, we've been pillaged, we've been financially disrespected, everything. They done took everything about the culture. We not talking about who died. We not talking about who fucking who. We not talking about, yo, he punched him in his face. We arguing hip hop. And that is the shit that's missing. So as people sit there with axes in their hand and all this crazy shit, tell them to expound on the culture. Because all that other shit don't matter. Hip-hop is what brought us here. Hip-hop is what makes white people forget they
Hip
white
hop
for a little
saved
while.
my life.
This is what I'm saying.
Many a times. That's why I banged for it. I banged for it overseas.
Yeah.
All over. Hip hop. Love it.
Somebody said Mace Money got the city girls flowers. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the so at the end of the day, whether you
Yes.
agree with me or not, whether it's not about agreeing, because y'all could disagree with me. We top 5 is all subjective. Art is subjective. We could argue about that all day. But
what we're not going to do
is let that man disrespect.
Let that man say that he's not relevant.
Yeah. Nas done records with West Coast artists. He's done with
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Everything. Come on.
You know what I'm
Dre
saying?
was on the second album. Like, what are we doing?
You know what I'm saying? You said Doggie Diamonds get a podcast. I already got one, family. Doggie Diamonds No Filter. This will be on there. But I
hit the green screen while y'all at it.
Yeah.
1600 was in the spot, so we expecting 1600 likes before we get up out of here. Hit the green screens and all that.
But
and
again,
we appreciate you coming and thanking y'all so kindly.
Yeah, but the deal is, we need more cultural talks where we're talking about the culture from the young to the old. When I said, because keep it real, when I said I like Takeoff, y'all ain't flame me?
Yeah, they was flaming them.
No, y'all, I'm talking about me. I ain't get flamed when I said, nah, Takeoff nice.
Y'all was flaming him. Y'all flaming
I said, nah, Takeoff is nice.
He said he was nice. And I was like, I didn't hear it. And everybody else was like, he ain't nice. What do you mean he ain't nice? He not, he. Yeah.
I said he was nice. I told you, I said, nah, that kid was nice. That nigga was. Then he passed away, and that's when they always want to give you your flowers. That's when they always want to say, you dope, you this. Nah, kid was nice. And I said that months ago. Because again, we always gonna, regardless of what happens, we all on this channel, we always gonna go back to talking about the culture. That's the most important thing, right? So when people say, oh, nah, this is a gossip check. Gossip, this ain't gossip. You understand what I'm saying? This is not gossip. We talking.
That's the same remedial people that don't know how to use the word relevant. Come here and say we gossip.
Yeah.
Nah, you remedial. You with them. Learn the English language.
Yeah. So
y'all might not know what gossip means.
And remember, and when I said he was nice, I kicked his rhymes for y'all. I started kicking his rhymes. You understand what I'm saying? Were you raised in the 50s? Who the fuck was raised in the 50s? What are you talking about? What y'all talking about? Anyway. Yeah. So I hope I get the bag. I get the bag and fumble it. Yo, I hope, though. I hope Nas, even if it's Hit Boy on the production, tap 21, please. Give us a bar. Because what I do like about Nas in these day and times, he addressing everything. He tapping everybody. Anybody who said anything, anybody who did some slick shit, anybody that owe him money is fucking dead. That's what type of time he been on. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. So they gonna look like, he said MC Rel sound like a bootleg Rakim. I'm telling you, because again, these channels you love, the 5 million subscriber channels.
Right.
And Vlad didn't even know who Mikey D was.
Yeah, they can't tell you
when shit. Has Adam 22 ever talk about hip hop?
See,
because what they do, they're funded by the bankers, because they are the bankers. So they only gonna talk. So they only gonna talk about the 21s, and they're trying to bury cultural shit in people who definitely built our culture, because they don't make any money for them no more, because they took all their money. So now they propel new dudes. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's all a play, and I've been trying to give y'all the science to defeat the play. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give y'all the science to defeat the play. I hate being called old because I'm not old. So it doesn't make no sense what calling me old is, because old is something that everybody should strive to be. Old. Only niggers and black people and stupid ass women and stupid ass dudes like to call each other old. That's that Willie Lynch shit, even though it might be mythos, but the letter in this shit definitely is relevant. You understand what I'm saying?
Nobody young signing no checks. Nobody in the culture.
Did you hear the bull say he was
35 is signing checks for anybody else. They not employing nothing. They got the nerve to talk about somebody's
Look, nuclear.
Get that.
No, listen. The nuclear dad say, dog, did you hear the bulls say he was the real content king? We talk about that behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah, listen, nobody was calling themselves the king when it come to footage but me. And again, you know, I got these niggas who think they competing with me, and have your platform, do your thing. Don't make me the catalyst for what you gotta be or change your name or whatever, because
be humble.
Yeah, but no, you don't even gotta be humble.
They need to be humble.
Yeah, well, for other reasons. But I understand why I do. I understand why I do that, because at the end of the day, when they do lives and they do shit, they have all of like 7 people watching them. So they gotta throw shots and do certain shit. If you the king of anything, manifest it. Don't tell me you the king. Don't tell the world you the king. Manifest it.
Right. And tell your grandma to stay out of my DMs too. Before I come over there and do what need to be done.
I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah, they know.
But
tell their grandmoms to fall back, man.
Yeah, on that note, make sure you subscribe. Hit that button. Yo, if people running their mouth, I'm gonna tell you right now, you better tiptoe around me. I'm gonna let y'all hear this whole song one day.